First time I'm wearing a cap on the platform. All right, I won't take too much of a time, but I want to, because I think we have very solid speakers who will share their thoughts and ideas. But I want to share something, and this came as a result of a teaching that I actually did in church, and somebody sent me a message saying that this shouldn't be just a church message, it's something that the country should hear. And I'll cut it short by just going to part of the message on a study that World Bank did. And what they were doing was they were looking for the importance of intangible capital. And I believe that this is what the country should be looking at now, which is intangible capital. In this study some years back, the message I will say on Sunday is more important to me than this, because that is my calling. Now, I do understand that people, any institution that works, we want to transfer a lot of responsibilities to it. So I understand why people make noise about pastors. Let me tell you a story. Almost about 7 years ago, I was in my house, about 5:30 a.m., and my phone rang. And when the phone rings at that point, I know it's an emergency, so I picked up the phone. And a young lady was on the other end, and she said, "You come to church and all of that. There's a car on the highway that is burning. Pastor, there's a car on the highway that is burning. You've got to do something." I said, "I am in my house at 5:30. I said, "Have you called the fire department?" "No." "Have you called police?" "No." "Is the pastor that you are calling to do something?" "What do you want me to do about it?" But I understood her thinking that, that's just the way people think. All right, we transfer responsibilities to an institution that works. So let me say this, all right, just for people to understand, because we have done our part. Broadcast ideas, push those ideas into the consciousness of people. There are other institutions, there are other organizations that should run with it. But let me just say this. That these ideas are pushed out into the consciousness of the populace. And the way it works in a democratic system of government is that once it gets into the consciousness of the populace, and people realize that this is how we can get into power, by the implementation of ideas that are popular with the public, then major political platforms, all right, bring it on board, fashion their manifestos around it, in order to win the people over and implement those things in order to retain power. So my concluding statement is, as we approach 2023, which is the next election, the political class should be aware, because the transference that is going on of this type of capital is among the young people. They constitute almost 70% of the population of this country. And what I just described there about intangible capital is their cry. Therefore, the political class, you will do well to listen to these ideas. And whether or not people respond now, it will get to a critical mass where the only way to get into power and to retain power will be rallying around these ideas, implementing these ideas in order to do it. The next 30 years of this country A well-organized political party can hold power or get power in this country if they understand these thoughts, embrace them, and implement them. God bless you.